All right, ladies and gents, boys and girls, happy Monday. Hope you're all doing well. Monday, October the 4th, 2021. Appreciate you all tuning in, and I can see that Muschamp Hacker Monday is off to a fantastic start. As I'm not even seeing any comments, I'm seeing no questions. I see Rob Youngson got in on YouTube, but Facebook is currently down for everyone. So I don't really know what that means in regards to for this stream for the Daily Crow. We're going to try to operate and roll through. We'll kind of just see what happens. Let's see. Are we live on YouTube? Yes, we're live on YouTube. If you're on YouTube, say something real quick. I'd love to see you there. Rocket Main on Twitch. What's up? Yeah, Facebook, Instagram right now are totally down. So I think that's why we're missing a lot of our normal regulars in the chat right now. Hopefully Facebook, Mark Zuckerberg, get it together. But Muschamp Hacker Mondays, like I said, guys, is off to an incredible start. I tell you, I don't know what it is on Mondays. These guys work extremely hard to wreck our content, wreck our live stream, wreck everything we do. But you know what? We press on here on a Monday. So, again, it's going to be business as usual. Again, if you're on YouTube, guys, let us know. Leave something in the chat. If you're in the Big Cock Club Discord, leave us some questions and comments there in the TDC Questions channel. Again, guys, Facebook currently down right now. If you're hearing the sound of my voice or you're seeing me and you're on YouTube, if you're on Twitch, no matter where you are, be sure to leave a comment because Facebook right now is totally shot. It's not us. It's not the Spurs Up Show. It's Facebook. And also Instagram is down as well. So I keep trying to refresh it and check it and see if Facebook will load. And unfortunately, I don't know what's going on. The Muschamp hackers have said, you know what? Screw it. We're not even going to try to infiltrate TSUS anymore. We're going to try to infiltrate the direct source, which is Facebook, the entire app, the entire website. So I guess good on you, Will. Either way, what a Rocket Main says muted. I am not muted. You might want to check your side of things. I am not muted. So again, I don't know if it is me. My stuff is on. My stuff's on. We're good to go. I have no idea, guys. Muschamp Hacker Mondays are off to a crazy start indeed. But again, we're going to continue to rock and roll, do things as normal, guys. I want to tell you about our friends over at Dason and Shalabi Law Firm because the Daily Crow is presented to you by our friends at Dason and Shalabi Law Firm. Guys, they're young but experienced and aggressive attorneys. They're both former prosecutors who used to represent insurance companies but switching sides. They both worked at larger law firms where they've represented hundreds of clients at a time. And guys, they both left to start their own law firm because they understand you're not just a line item, you're not just a number, you're a real human being, and you should be treated as such. Guys, they're a small boutique law firm that treats their clients like family. They're going to know who you are and treat you like a client and not a number. They handle injury cases that arise from car accidents and work accidents. Guys, do not try to take on the insurance company yourself. Been involved in any type of accident, no matter what it is. The last thing that you should be dealing with is paperwork and dealing with the insurance company. Let the experts over at Dason and Shalabi Law Firm handle it for you, guys. They use the latest technology to make representation efficient yet effective. Again, let them take care of everything for you. You don't even pay them unless they recover money for you. Rami's in Columbia, Curtis in Charleston. They handle cases statewide. They also offer virtual or in-person consultations at no charge. Guys, give them a call today in Columbia, 803-973-0304, or in their Somerville location, 843-388-3368. Or, of course, guys, your one-stop shop, their website, dsinjurylaw.com. That is dsinjurylaw.com for more information. Again, guys, our friends over at Dason and Shalabi Law Firm. Be sure to check them out and tell them that Chris from the Spurs Up Show sent you. Okay, 843-790-3377. Facebook is down. Instagram is down. I don't know if you guys are able to see me, hear me, anything else, but yeah. A lot of our regulars, a lot of our normals that tune in, they are not in. Like I said, I can't pull up Facebook. You can't pull up Facebook. We're out here trying to post video, post content. Muschamp Hacker Mondays are off to one heck of a start. So I'm going to put this link out on Twitter for those who want to try to tune in. Let's see. All right, trying to post the link for those who obviously want to tune in. I don't know why this always happens on Mondays, by the way. Every time. It's no other day during the week. Mondays and Fridays, though, things just hit the fan. We have 3 comments right now in the chat. This is how people feel like when they're first starting out their platform. There's nobody commenting. And again, I've been there, obviously. But, man, this just goes to show the Daily Crow would be no fun without you all calling in, commenting, doing what you do. Bad Brad 757 in the TDC question channel says fire hat. Yeah, appreciate my dude. B2ATL was able to snag this from him yesterday. Great Gamecock vintage entrepreneur, if you will. That's the best way to put him. So really, really good stuff. Yeah, I appreciate it. I told him, I was like, I need a white hat. I got a lot of garnet, got a lot of black. I need a white hat to go with some outfits, and boom, here we go. Love this hat. Got the green bill, true vintage. I'll tell you this, folks. If you ever do need some Gamecocks vintage apparel, memorabilia, whatever merchandise it is, let me know, because I've got kids that are young entrepreneurs, dudes out here that are grinding. The inventory out at the Thread Affair event, especially some of the Gamecocks inventory, is just insane. I mean, you can drop $300, $400, $500 easily on this merch. So really, really cool stuff. Again, appreciate my dude B2ATL, and a really awesome dude. All the guys out there, man. Appreciate those who supported, rocked with us, came out to the Thread Affair event, had a really good time, man. And I'll say this, it's truly a blessing to be able to give back and support the local community and support, small businesses and entrepreneurs, and those guys obviously grinding and working their tails off. And really, really cool stuff. Again, guys, if you're trying to tune in on Facebook, I do apologize. Facebook and Instagram are both down. They're both down. So Muschamp Hacker Mondays. Hey, Muschamp said, to hell with it. I'm not even going to try to go after the Daily Crow. I'm not even going to try to go after Chris today. I'm just going to go after Facebook. So Mark Zuckerberg, I think, is feeling the wrath of Muschamp Hacker Mondays. So I don't know, man. I don't know. Let's see. Gamecock Rob says, Chris, there's at least 30 comments on YouTube. Bro, I'm not seeing any of them. I'm not seeing any of them. If you are commenting on YouTube, let me see if I can just click the YouTube link maybe. I don't know. I'm not seeing any. Oh, here we go. Let's see. Sean O'Brien, Noah Johns, Brennan M., Rob Youngson, Travi, Todd Smith, Lindsey Hagler. Let's see. Travi Rowell, Justin Langford. Okay, I see you all now. What's the best way I can do this? Let's see. Because our comments are not coming through in the normal stream, but I just clicked on YouTube, and now I can see your comments. Yeah, EJ Jenkins, what a beast. What a beast. We're going to get into that and a lot more. Hey, this is a great day, by the way, to hit the text line. If you want to get your questions in, hit the text line. 843-790-3377. That's 843-790-3377. Guys, again, I'm not seeing the YouTube comments pop up on my end. I've got YouTube pulled up here, and I see the comments. Hey, text the number. We'll find a way around it. We'll find a way around Muschamp Hacker Mondays. But I don't know, man. Like I said, Muschamp he works hard. He works hard. He said, to hell with infiltrating the TSUS feed, the TSUS stream. We're just going to go straight to Facebook. We're going to go straight to Instagram. So whatever. It is what it is. If you want to be sure your questions get in, 843-790-3377, or head over to the TDC Questions channel in the Big Cock Club Discord to be sure that your questions are answered there. Let's see. Yeah, Bad Brad 757 at B2B, the number 2 ATL. That's my dude that's on with the hat. Also, my good buddy Soda City Thrifts. If you go look at our story, Bad Brad, you're going to see it. I tagged him. Gamecock Rob says, perspective, bro. Still excited. Still pumped. Indeed, I'm here as well, man. I literally woke up yesterday and woke up today with nothing but positivity and excitement moving through the rest of the season. I mean, we're 3-2. Are we a perfect football team? No, but again, that game on Saturday, 23-14 final, I picked it to be 24-13. I mean, and I'm someone, I'll say this, I do this every single day, so I should know my team fairly well. But, you know, I think where you saw, again, fans who were, you know, less than pleased on Saturday, I think a lot of it was fans that, you know, had these expectations of going out there and winning 38-7 or 42-10. It's just like, and what I'm about to say is okay, but that's not who we are right now. That's not who we are. We're just trying to figure this thing out as we go. And again, that's no knock on us. We're a bunch of Gamecocks. We're fighting, we're scratching, we're clawing. We have a first-year head coach. We've got brand new systems all across the board. Hey, let's look at the positives instead of trying to dwell, especially coming off of a victory, guys. To me, it makes no sense to be dwelling on anything and feeling anything other than ecstatic. Because, guys, we should be very grateful to be 3-2 right now. This team could very easily, a lesser team could very easily be 2-3, if not 1-4. So, hey, I'm nothing but ecstatic here on a Monday. We spent all week last week talking about Marcus Satterfield and the offensive play calling and the shortcomings of the offense. Totally fine, totally fair. And hey, I'll take your questions. I'll take your comments. We can talk about the offense some more. Again, were things perfect? Absolutely not. Offensive line is a problem. Let's just go ahead and say that now. It's a problem. We know it's a problem. Unless there's some huge change, they're going to be a problem. But let's spend this week talking about the freaking defense, man. Let's spend this week putting respect on Clayton White and his name. And you see, we got the Goon Squad on the whiteboard. The Goon Squad is back in Columbia. The Goon Squad is back. Again, am I sitting here saying we have an elite defense? We have the best defense in the SEC? I'm not saying that. But, man, I would much rather spend this week talking that Gamecocks defense and just how good they've been this season. How good they've been this season. Because, I mean, they're just continuously week after week after week really saving your tails, to be honest with you. They're saving your tails. And, hey, it's a team game. Sometimes you got to lean on your defense. Sometimes you got to lean on your offense. Gamecocks have leaned on their defense a lot, and they continue to come up with big plays week after week after week. Again, guys, I just pulled up YouTube again. I'm seeing your comments on the actual, like when I go to our YouTube in the Melon streaming app, I'm seeing no comments at all. So I don't want you guys to think I'm ignoring your comments. I'm certainly not. Hey, this is a great day to call in or text the number 843-790-3377. Again, guys, I'm sure you already know, but Facebook is down. Facebook as a whole is down. I'm even trying to go on my phone. Can't do anything. So the Muschamp Hacker Monday at its finest here on a Monday. Again, we should be hearing kickoff time, by the way, for Vandy very, very soon. But if you want to be sure your questions are answered, either head over to the TDC Questions channel to be sure they're answered, or call or text the number. Again, guys, not even really seeing comments. Not even seeing comments in the back end for us. I'm on YouTube. I see Daddy O commenting, Wesley Newmar, JT Money, Travis Lee, Gamecock 79, Justin Langford. Let's see. Travi, we are flexible. Hey, win anyway. We all love Gamecock baseball, right? Win anyway. Justin Langford, I see you. Justin. Hey, if you guys want to call in, 843-790-3. Let me make sure the phone lines are open. I might just be saying all that, and the phone lines aren't even freaking open. Hold on. 843-790-3377, guys. That's 843-790. And yep, I've got my silence unknown callers on. My apologies, guys. Okay, now the phone lines are most certainly open. If you're trying to call in, 843-790-3377. Travis Lee says this: Satterfield called a good game. Doty missed throws, and Dak couldn't catch crabs if he sat on his face. Wow. Travis coming in with some fire in the comments. Yeah, listen, do I think the play calling right now is perfect? No. And again, I watched the game with one of my really, really good buddies and somebody y'all know well, Uric Jones, who played defensive line at University of South Carolina, and he was critical of the play calling. So is the play calling perfect right now? I don't think so. But, I mean, the offensive line just simply not executing and lack of execution, I think that's the number one problem for this offense. I think that's the number one problem. I have no issues with the way Luke Doty played. I thought Luke Doty played a fine game. Look at his statistics. For the most part, he's not putting the ball in harm's way. Nobody's asking him to go out there and win the Heisman. Nobody's asking him to go out there and be an all-SEC player. And you hope, again, the hope and what keeps me optimistic certainly is that week after week after week as he gets healthier, I'd like to think Luke Doty's going to become even more of a weapon in this offense. He's going to improve week after week after week. I'd agree with you. E.J. Jenkins needs to get more looks. There's no question. Listen, I like Dak Joyner And I was very harsh and critical about it over the weekend, and I'll continue to be so. I like Dak a lot. I appreciate everything Dak has done in regards to just sticking around and wanting to be a Gamecock and wanting to contribute, but he's not a wide receiver. Like those reps need to be going to someone else. And I'm sorry. This is big time SEC football. This is not Pee Wee where, everybody gets to play and everyone gets a trophy. No, we got to play the best 11. Like we need to find the best 11. And right now there's no way you can justify to me that number 5 is one of the best 11. Give those reps to EJ Jenkins. Give those reps to Amarian Brown. You got to continue to find weapons. Josh Vann is obviously a dude for you. I think Jenkins could be I'm not saying Jenkins is going to go out there and be, 100-yard average receiving per game, but I think you saw sort of that potential, if you will, from EJ Jenkins. It was great to see him make a play. Everybody's been asking, hey, where's EJ been? Where's EJ been? It's like, you know what? It's great to see him finally get out there and make a play for you. But that defense, man, what a wacky game, by the way. What a wacky game. I mean, you've got real problems, by the way, offensively. You have real problems, right? You scored one offensive touchdown. Not good. But at the end of the day, here on this Monday, guys, here's the point. You're 3-2, and you found a way. You found a way to win. Hey, it's a lot better than losing. I'd much rather be South Carolina today than be Troy. I can tell you that right now. So you found a way to get the job done, and that's really all that matters. Let's see. Daddy-O, the over-under on Thanksgiving should be around 20 points. Yeah, you're talking about South Carolina and Clemson. Unreal. Kevin here texts in. He says, my preseason pick was 5-7, so I feel I have realistic expectations, but the Cox have only scored one offensive touchdown in each of the last 4 games. Defense is doing pretty well overall. They're still giving up too many rushing yards to bad rushing teams, but we cannot expect the D to consistently bail out the offense. So where's the real hope going into the real meat of the schedule? Improve play each week, maybe, but other teams improve too. Help me out here. So you're asking where is the real hope going into the tougher part of the schedule, which, yeah, the schedule definitely gets tougher. I mean, you got Tennessee this weekend, then you got Vandy, then you start to really get into the meat of the schedule with Texas A&M, Florida, Missouri. I guess I look at the rest of the schedule, though. South Carolina's a very imperfect football team, no question. So are a lot of the teams you play, though. Even Tennessee coming off of a thrashing of Mizzou. I mean, they've got their own issues. They've got their own problems. So, like I told you guys, a little bit of a roller coaster ride. It's going to be sort of up and down. I'm not disagreeing with you, Kevin. The offense has to be a lot better. It's got to be a lot better. I don't know, though, man. I just feel like that game on Saturday went damn near exactly like I thought it would. And, what's crazy is we handed out game balls on the podcast today, and I'll be posting those graphics, I guess, whenever social media decides to cooperate. But, Instagram is just completely out of whack. Anyways, though, we handed out game balls today, and what's wild is Perry Orth again told me something almost a year ago that he said, Chris, you can get more out of much less when you have a bunch of guys that are bought in and believe. And you look at the guys that contributed the most over the weekend. EJ Jenkins, transfer. David Spalding, transfer. Jalen Foster, former 2-star recruit. You're just finding ways to get these performances out of guys. And again, overall, that's how I feel today. Does this team have problems? Yes, it does. Does this team have issues? Yes, it does. But you know what? You're 3-2. You found a way to get the job done. I mean, we can, and we'll nitpick this thing all week long, most certainly. But we'll nitpick this thing all week long. But you're 3-2, man. Thank God you're 3-2. So. You found a way. Again, 843-790-3377. Certainly, Kevin, to Kevin's point, we got to get better. All right, let's jump on the phone lines real quick.
Call from
Zachary.
Zachary, what's going on, man? How are you?
Oh, Chris, I'm just happy to be 3-2. How about you?
I'm also very happy to be 3-2. Again, was it pretty? No. Was it a wacky game? Yes. But, damn it feels a lot better to be 3-2 today than 2-3. I can tell you that much right now. What's going on?
Oh no, I'm just, I'm just, there's been a lot of chatter. I don't know, lots of people have talked about it, lots of people have touched about it, but I don't know why anybody's expecting so much out of this season. You've already won more than you did last year, and I don't know, could you possibly be 4-1? Yeah, it's possible. But, this is still, like you said, an imperfect football team. We're still working through some issues. We still got to get the offense down. And, everything will come when it comes. you know?
Well, and I think also too, you keep perspective, man. South Carolina's 3-2, and their 2 losses have come to teams that have not lost a game yet.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, people want to keep, you know, taking it away from Kentucky and dissing Kentucky. And listen, I understand, like, you know, maybe Florida outplayed them, but Kentucky won the football game. So it's you don't have like a bad loss. You know, if you'd have lost to ECU, if you'd have lost to Troy, that would have been a really bad loss. But I mean, you haven't. I mean, I think for the most part, again, South Carolina's kind of right where we expected them to be.
Yeah.
They're exactly where I picked them to be. Now, again, this one upcoming this weekend, this is a big one. This is a really big one. And I guess that's where my attention turns this week too, man, is that game against Tennessee. If so many fans were labeling, because many were labeling Kentucky as a must-win, right? Many people were saying it's a must-win. How do people view the Tennessee game then? Because it's a big one. I mean, it's a big one in regards to you're talking about trying to get to a bowl game. And, you know, I don't think it's one you have to win to get to a bowl game. But when you look at the top swing games, I know maybe Florida at home, maybe that one could go your way. But realistically for me, the top swing games remaining are Tennessee, Missouri, and Auburn. And Auburn looks a lot better, I think, than I was anticipating them being this season. Mizzou obviously has got a slew of issues. So, you know, a game like this Tennessee game, man, it truly might be the difference between getting to, you know, 5 or 6 wins. So, but you know, I don't want people to think I'm harping and just saying like we're just a terrible team, we're this, we're that. But again, we're you know, first year of a new head coach, you got to expect things. It's a transition period. And again, the fact that you're transitioning and you're figuring out on the fly and you're also 3-2 to me is only a positive. So there are good players on this team. I mean, you've seen the individual performances. We do have good football players as a whole, though. And again, I'm not saying that things don't have to get better offensively because they do. It's painful to watch. It really is. I don't know what can be done with the offensive line at this point, or you know, but I'll tell you this, man. I'll tell you this, Zachary. If you'd have told me in the preseason the rushing totals in each of the games, if you'd have told me that, I mean, I would have told you certainly. It's no secret that South Carolina is struggling offensively. This team was supposed to be built around running the football and having this great running back room and having this big physical offensive line where you have these guys, you know, 4 or 5 returning. I mean, if South Carolina can't run the football, they will not be very successful offensively. I mean, it's really the way you've ran the ball. It's a miracle you're 3-2 right now. I mean, truly, it's a miracle. So, I guess today I'm just counting my blessings. It's like, thank goodness. And hey, listen, there's no secret. As Kevin pointed out, man, you're getting the meat of your schedule. You got to figure it out quickly. You're just, you know, you go up to Rocky Top and rush for 100 yards. I don't like your chances to win that football game, or probably really any, maybe outside of Vandy. I don't really like your chances to win any game if you can't get more out of that ground game.
Yeah. I mean, at least Luke Doty looks better. They kind of took the training wheels off of him and just, like, let him sling it a little more, which was your idea. I remember you saying that last week, let Luke Doty throw it a little more if we can't get the run game going. And they definitely threw it a lot more. And Luke Doty looked good. You know, he overthrew it a little, but, you know, everybody even the great quarterback overthrew it.
You're going to miss some. I'm not saying he doesn't have to be better, because he does, but I guess you could say this too. He's got to be better because, you know, those opportunities right now for South Carolina, they're not going to be there play after play after play. So, hey, you're only going to get a few of those opportunities where I think our guys are going to get behind somebody and they're open, and you got to hit them. I'm not saying you don't. You got to hit them when you can, but yeah, I mean, just to look at the offensive production, which by the way, I was proven wrong over the weekend from something I said in the preseason when I said that South Carolina would lose any game they threw the ball 30 times or more, they would lose. Well, we threw it 34 times and we won, so I'm an idiot. What do I know? But anyway, I'm glad they made the adjustment, man. I mean, I'm glad we threw it a little more. I mean, Luke Doty's stat line, 20 for 34 for 255 yards and a touchdown. Is he perfect? No, he's not perfect by any means, but if you look at this offense and the first thing you go to is Luke Doty's the problem, I think you just want the quarterback to be the issue. You can't just blame it all on the quarterback. You know what I mean? There's so many other pieces of this offense that have to get better, just bottom line. So I've got no issues with the way Luke Doty played. He's got to continue to improve and get better, but I think he will do that. As long as he does that, he's going to be a fine player for us. But and I don't think he's still not at 110% yet, really. So no, I've got no issues with the way Luke played. And yeah, man, like you just brought up though, I mean, it's just I would say the message I had going into Troy, I'd say it's the same thing going into the rest of the season, man. I know it sounds obvious, but At some point, we just got to ditch the run game. We just have to, because if we can't run it, it's just maddening to keep trying to run it up the middle and get nothing. You know what I mean? So, which puts more pressure on Luke Doty. So we'll see how that plays out.
Oh, also, this is Luke's first official win as a starter.
Yeah, it's a great point. It's a great point.
Yeah. Also, Troy covered. So.
Indeed.
Vegas had him losing by 9. So
yeah.
Troy covered.
Yeah. If you got it when it opened, yes, you are correct. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
all right, Chris. Yeah, we're good.
I appreciate it, Zachary. Thanks so much. 843-790-3377. That's 843-790-3377. Again, guys, trying to get to your comments on YouTube. I do apologize. Muschamp Hacker Monday here, going nuts. Trad says, the fact we're 5 weeks into the season, the O-line still isn't executing, that goes back to bad coaching. Our entire offense is badly coached right now. You think they're coaching them to miss blocks, Trad? You think they're coaching them to let guys through? I mean, I'm not saying the coaching's perfect. I think Greg Atkins should probably start polishing his resume up a little bit, but, execution part of it too, my friend. I don't know. I don't know. As I told you guys, there's many intricacies and things that go into play an offensive line. Top to bottom, it's just not good enough, though. From coaching to playing to executing, everything. It's just not good enough. It's just not. There's no excuse for this offensive line and this run game to be so bad. There's just no excuse, man. There's just no excuse with the running backs you have and the experience you returned up front. There's no excuse. There's no excuse. So everything's got to get better. Everything's got to get better. There's no question. Everything has to get better. So 843-790-3377. Guys, appreciate you all tuning in here on this Monday, October the 4th, 2021. A quick reminder, by the way, if you have not done so, check out the podcast that dropped this morning, episode 510, breaking down everything from the Troy game, also your listener questions, your voicemails, and a fantastic conversation, guy. A great interview, great conversation, a throwback conversation with the late, great Del Wilkes. I had him on the show back in July of 2019, and just it felt appropriate. Del passing a few months ago, which was awful. It was shocking. It was, it was very unexpected. And so I wanted to bring that conversation back to light. So again, Del Wilkes, great conversation. If you've never heard it before, highly, highly suggest that you check that out. But again, be sure to check out the podcast that dropped this morning. Let's see. We got a text here. Here's the best perspective from Saturday's game by my 9-year-old grandson who attended his first Carolina game. Quote, "We won the game and I had the time of my life. Go Cox." Then he said, "Okay, who do we play next?" Love it. Yeah. Hey, you won the game. Turn the page. You won the game. Let's get ready to go beat Tennessee's ass. Luke RJ says, "We didn't lose to Troy, so I'm back. I'll still watch the show. LOL." Good to know. Good to know, Luke. I appreciate it. I'm glad you're back, Luke. I'm glad you're back. Let's see. Bryant Hughes, 78, says, "Doty's pretty much still a freshman. Shaw didn't ball up till junior and senior year." I mean, again, yeah, he's a very young player. And as the caller just made the point, that was the first win for Luke Doty as a starting quarterback. Think about that. That was his first ever win. First ever win. So, young player, he's only going to get better. Young player, only going to get better. Let's see. Eric Reese, what's going on? Lance Player says, "Watch us rush for 180 Saturday against Tennessee." Lance, was great to be out there with you, my friend, at the TSUS tailgate. Again, all those that stopped by, thank you all so much. We had an absolute blast on Saturday. Brack, my guy, what's going on? Buzz fan says, "Attitude leads aptitude." How many times I have to say it? Those game balls are from guys who have the right attitude. Yeah, hey, very good point. You can do much, much more with quote-unquote less, but when you have a bunch of guys that believe and they buy into what you're selling them, hey, you're going to get a lot more out of them. So kudos to all of them. Kudos. I mean, that defense, I'm giving all credit to the defense. Like I said, we spent all week last week being negative and ripping Marcus Satterfield and ripping the offense. And I'm not saying it's not justified. I'm not saying it's not justified this week. But, man, I just feel like we should spend a little more time appreciating what the defense is doing right now. What the defense is doing. Thank God for that defense. Thank goodness. Thank goodness. Let's see. Savannah Briggs, victory Monday. Not pretty, but a W. So proud of the defense. Hey, dub's a dub. You take them how you can get them. Hey, we've already won more games than we won last year. Have a little perspective, folks. See, that's the beauty of it, too, guys. Is like, Shane Beamer, this coaching staff, they're all year one. They tried to just put together a roster in the preseason. The fact they're figuring it out while winning, that's a positive. That's a positive. We're figuring it out while winning. That's great. Hey, it's a lot better to do it that way than have to try to figure it out while losing. Go ask Florida State and Mike Norvell how that's working out. It's not very fun. So, hey, like I said, count the small victories. Just count the small victories. I said in the preseason, you had to go 3-1 in non-conference at minimum to assure yourself a chance at a bowl. Well, guess what? You've won all 3 of your non-conference games to this point. Job well done by Shane Beamer and that football team thus far. So, new test Saturday. New test Saturday against Tennessee. Line obviously dropping late or middle of the day yesterday. Vols opening up as a 12-point favorite, sitting right now at a 10-point favorite. The Tennessee Volunteers are as a 10-point favorite. So, I'm a little surprised to see it that big, but after what Tennessee did over the weekend against Mizzou, just throttling. I don't know what's wrong with Mizzou, by the way. That's incredible. Tim Dorn says, think how good we could be if we had an offense. Yeah, it's a pretty good point, though. It's a pretty good point. Let's see. Let There Be Slam says, how in danger are we of Lloyd or Harris transferring at some point? I mean, I would like to think that's not going to happen. I would like to think that's not going to happen. I think guys want to fight through adversity and continue to have the opportunity to play at the University of South Carolina and play SEC football. And I just don't see how that would be the right move for them. But again, I guess you never know. That's honestly something, though, man, that hasn't even crossed my mind. So, the DGD podcast, good win this Saturday. I'll tell you, DGD, I'll tip my cap and give you guys credit. Bro, Georgia's for real, bro. If you had any doubts, Georgia's for real, man. Georgia's for freaking real. Troy Bauer says, Bell and Jenkins need the football. I agree. Also, Nick Muse. Where's Nick Muse at? Savannah Briggs, they have not announced the Vandy game time yet. I'm sitting here refreshing Twitter. It might have something to do with the fact that social media is completely down right now, basically, outside of Twitter. Facebook, Instagram, all of it is down. Savannah Briggs says Mizzou has the worst defense in the SEC right now. That's certainly what they give it, like 500 rushing yards to Tennessee? Savannah also says, imagine getting blanked by Georgia. I can't. Yeah. Can't imagine. Not my team. Not my team. No. Again, guys, taking your questions, your comments, your calls. 843-790-3377. That's 843-790-3377. Even with the Muschamp Hacker Mondays, Facebook, IG down, hey, we make it happen. Appreciate y'all. Phil in the TDC Questions channel said, let's see. Okay, we'll jump to the phone lines, then we'll get to the question.
Call from
Robbie Davis.
Robbie, what's going on, my man? How are you?
I'm doing great.
How you? Go ahead.
What'd you say? I was very impressed with how our secondary did this past weekend, and I did not find out until about 9 o'clock that I was going to the game Saturday, so I wound up going to the game, so that was fun. Our secondary did better than what I thought we were going to do against Troy, because like you said in the preseason, secondary could be a major issue. And even though it was against Troy, I think we did pretty well.
Yeah, dude, I thought so. I mean, I continue to be impressed with the secondary, and Nothing, but I'm doing nothing but tipping my cap to that defense today. Do we need to be a little better stopping the run? Sure, but I mean, as a whole, as a collective, that defense. I mean, that defense is why you're 3-2. That defense is why you're 3-2. While this offense just tries to figure it out. So again, we spent all week last week.
Like the old saying goes.
Yeah.
Like the old saying goes, you win championships by having a defense.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, you know, it's. Yeah. I know. I agree with you 110%, man. Like I said, we spent all week last week harping on the offense and just, you know, focusing on the shortcomings of them. You know, I understand we're going to talk about Satterfield, the offense, what has to get fixed, but I really think people should take a moment at minimum to show some love and appreciation for what Clayton White's doing in this defense. It's truly remarkable, truly incredible.
He's earning his paycheck. That's for darn sure. He's earning his paycheck.
Yeah. Yeah, no question. It's incredible what they've done, the way they've been able to turn this thing around. And like I said, where would South going to be without this defense? Where would they be? Who knows? So
we wouldn't be 3-2. I can tell you that right now.
Yeah, that's a fact.
And if it was me, if I was the offensive, now hear me out. I want you to hear me out, okay?
Mm-hmm.
If I was the offensive line coach today, okay, I would basically start from scratch, and I'd be like, look, from this point, from now until Saturday, the starters are not the starters. I want to find some people that are going to allow us to have a running game. Because if we play if our offensive line run blocks the way they run blocks Saturday, Tennessee is going to beat us like a drum.
Yeah. And
it's not going to be pretty. I hate to say it, but if our offensive line can't run block better than that better than what I saw next week, Tennessee is going to have a heyday.
Yeah, dude. I agree. There's got to be a lot of improvement made. All over the football team. There's no question. You got to be better. But, hey, again, I'd rather be going to Knoxville coming off a win than coming off a loss, and you found a way to get the job done. So, you know, I'm still – call me crazy. I'm still not 110% sold on Tennessee as a football team. There's some great – you know, I think it's just looking ahead. Again, I was surprised the spread was so big, you know, them opening up as a 12-point favorite. But, yeah, I mean, Carolina's got to improve. There's no question. I mean, I don't sit here on a Monday and say, hey, have perspective and be grateful because, you know, they got to improve.
Hey,
There's no doubt. You got to improve.
And like I've said, like I told you, I said, I don't care if we only win by 3 points or 2 points or 1 point. I just want us to win. End of story.
Yeah. Winning is a lot more fun than losing, confirmed.
And I told my dad, whenever we blocked that punt Saturday, I looked at my dad and I said, I'd love to see a blocked punt right now. And then like 5 seconds later, boom.
You called it. Robbie Davis called it.
I was like, man, I need to get into the business of making predictions. This is crazy.
I love it.
But
Dude,
we got to make like adjustments all over the field, like you said. Like, it's not just the offensive line. Like,
that's a big one, though. That I will say that's a big one.
It is a big one.
Mm-hmm.
It is a big one. But like, I can't wait. Like if it winds up to where we got like everyone on staff this time 2 years from now, that's on staff now, and we kind of sort of are starting to get the guys that Beamer wants. I can't wait to see how this team is going to be.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, dude, I agree.
Like I said, you can already see slowly but surely the culture is changing right in front of our very eyes.
I mean, I would just ask Carolina fans today, you know, just an open-ended question. Do you feel better, worse, or neutral about the future of Gamecocks football under Shane Beamer today versus how you did, let's just say, a week ago after you lost to Kentucky? I mean, again, just because you beat Troy doesn't mean that this program's headed on some great positive trajectory or, you know, whatever. You know what I mean? Year one is year one, but
right.
Everything I'm seeing on the field right now, I don't know. I just came into this season expecting, hey, it's going to be a little bit of a roller coaster ride. We're not a perfect team by any stretch, but it's It's being able to battle and fight adversity and find a way and just win anyway. Like I say with County Baseball, just win anyway. And so, hey, like I know it's Troy. People want to say, oh, my God, you only beat Troy by 9 points. Hey, you won. And for a program that had only won 6 games the last 2 years coming into this season, don't take any win for granted. I don't know. That's just to the point that I'm at, man. I'm to the point of not taking any win for granted.
I'm the same way. I'm the same way.
Yeah. So,
after all that, I'm like, dude, I don't care. Like, I don't care who we're playing. I don't care if we're playing Troy. I don't care if we're playing Eastern Illinois. I just want us to win.
Yeah, that's it. Like
whoever's on the schedule is on the schedule.
Right.
And what people don't understand is like these schedules. I feel like some people, like, I don't know if they know this or not, but the schedules are done like what, 5 years in advance.
Right. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep.
So they were on the schedule 5 years ago before we even knew about the schedule.
Yeah.
And the only thing you can do is go out there and play them. And the better team will win. Majority of the time.
More often than not, yes, that is the case. More often than not, that is the case. But again, Robbie Davis, to sum it all up, man, you're right. Winning's more fun than losing. Can confirm.
Losing sucks.
Losing does suck. You are right. Hey, today is a lot more fun than this time last week. That is a fact. That is a fact.
It's more fun now than it was last week.
Yes. Robbie, I appreciate the call as always, my friend. Thanks so much. Appreciate the insight.
You're welcome. Have a good one.
Take care. Great stuff. 843-790-3377. Guys, let me get to the TDC questions channel real quick. T-Knoll28 says, glad to see we threw the football more, totally botched the first drive and not running it from the 5 and passing it 3 straight times. Yeah, that I understand I said throw the ball more, but when you're at the 5-yard line, you don't even try to run it once. That was very questionable for me. I'm not ready to fire Satterfield over it, but that was very questionable for sure. Phil, on a little bit of a side note here, or a change of pace, whatever. Phil says, I was so embarrassed for the people that were shaking their finger at you for posting you and a girl shotgunning a beer. I mean, give me a break. Do people expect tailgates or tailgaters to play chess and read War and Peace at the tailgate? You know, Phil, I'm not even going to get into it. It is what it is. Game days in Columbia they're a blast. They're a celebration. They're a lot of fun. And I mean, listen, I keep things pretty damn buttoned up all week during the week. You know, if I ever get to a point where I can't just let loose on a game day and drink a beer, I don't want to do it anymore. I don't want to do it anymore. So I'm going to continue to be myself, have a good time. You know, as I said on social media, when you tune into our content, it's a little bit of a mix of fairgrounds and frat lot. Fairgrounds and frat lot. I like to have a good time, work hard, play hard, and whatever. Hey, to each their own. People can have their opinions. It is what it is. It doesn't really bother me. It's all good. So appreciate those that came out to the TSUS tailgate. And again, I was not planning on doing that shotgun video. It was just kind of happened spur of the moment. I was like, you know what, this is a good video to set the tone. You know, I'd posted the Beamer Ball video. A couple Saturdays in a row with me chugging the Mick Ultra and slam it in the ground. So I was like, you know what, we'll do a new, you know, we posted a shotgun video during baseball season. I mean, you know, it's all good. It's all love. Those, as I said in the podcast today, those who mind don't matter and those who matter don't mind. That's it. Loosen up, have some fun. Hey, don't take life so serious. This thing ain't so serious. If you can't drink a beer and enjoy yourself, come on. This is college football. Brack says, I think there should be a lot more talk about the defense as well. I even tweeted out about how people are actually upset with our defense. Some work to be done with the run defense going into Tennessee. Outside of that, people need to put some respect on Clayton White's name because this defense looks better than it ever did under Will Muschamp. He continues, there were actually flashes and positive things that happen on offense. People need to relax and understand that Beamer has an uphill battle. Every week, like you and I both said, just show improvement, be competitive. It's a tough task to turn this program around from the selfish shit show Muschamp had going on. Again, appreciating the small victories. I agree with you, Brack. I think the defense, it's crazy. It really is crazy to think about it, how much better the defense looks. It's kind of wild, but they do. Clayton White has earned every cent of his paycheck. And then offensively, yeah, let me put it to you this way. Are we behind where I expected us to be offensively? Yes, no question. At this point in the season, yes. But two things happened that I did not expect. Number one, Luke Doty missed the first 3 games, basically. The other thing that happened is we can't run the ball. I mean, again, if you'd have told me in the preseason that our running game was going to be what it is, I would have told you at best we're 3-2. More than likely we're 2-3. So kind of a minor miracle that we've hit 3-2 with this bad of a running game. Brack also says, I agree with Phil. That was ridiculous in the shots they took because Chris didn't go into the stadium but gave his tickets away to someone that did. People just looking for a reason to be upset. Yeah, I mean, it was a last-minute decision for that too. And my buddy Uric Jones, again, was like, hey, man, you want to watch the game? And I told you guys going into Kentucky that was something I was considering. Just my job is to make content. That's what I want to do. I want to do it at the highest level. And, for the Troy game, it just made sense. Hey, let me sit behind the MacBook and tweet away and fire off content and all that good stuff. So, again, I'm going to make decisions best for the business and best for myself, and I'm really not going to apologize to anyone for that. So I think for the most part, actually, people didn't mind. I thought for the most part, people didn't actually mind. But again, that's why, if you want to, I talked about it on the podcast today. If you want to know why, though, again, it was a last-minute decision where I was like, you know what? I can cover the game so much more efficiently from the house. And again, it's not to say, I mean, I'm literally going to be going to the next home game, the Vanderbilt game. So I'll be in the stadium. It's not like it's something where I'm never going to go to a game again. But my buddy Uric Jones, again, was like, hey, man, you want to go watch the game? Like, you know what? Let's do it. Let's try this out. Let's experiment with how this will go covering the game from home. I thought it was a success. So whatever, it is what it is. Look forward to getting back at Willie B. I love being in there. I still love watching the games in person. I understand that's something that the common fan can't really fathom, making a decision like that, but, it is what it is. So, I mean, I told you guys that going into Kentucky. That was what I was expecting to do Kentucky week, and it just turned out or worked out to where I had the club seats or whatever. But, yeah, so whatever, it is what it is. Appreciate y'all's love and support, man. Like I said, the real ones, they know the deal. They understand what we're doing. They understand that I'm trying to make content for you guys at the highest level, and yeah, so there you go. Let's see. Liam Carney says, after that game Saturday, 4 wins is the ceiling for this team, and it's not guaranteed. Liam, I'll do you one better. I will guarantee you 4 wins, and the over-under 4.5, if you want to put a little $100 bet on it, I'll take the over. I'll take the over 4.5. So, little gentleman's bet. Why not? Why not? Yep, Facebook is still down. Unreal. Muschamp Hacker Mondays, folks. We're rolling, by the way. We are rolling on a Monday. It's already 12:50. We're almost already in the second hour. This thing is rolling right now. Again, guys, quick reminder, if you have not done so, check out the podcast that dropped this morning, episode 510. We'll be live at 10 Roof on Wednesday. We'll be live at 10 Roof Wednesday, 5 to 7. Also, this weekend, watch party, Carolina Ale House in Summerville, South Carolina. Going to hang out with some low country Gamecocks. Guys, would love to have you out there. Obviously, a noon kickoff. Doors open at 11. Kickoff will be at noon. We'll be down in Summerville, South Carolina, watching the Gamecocks take on the Vols. Also, guys, if you come out, you tell them you're with TSUS, you get 10% off your entire purchase. 10% off. Food, drink, everything else. We're going to be a really, really good time. Would love to see you guys all out there. Again, I'll be sharing all the information as far as address and just all the details, if you will, all throughout the week. So, again, if you're a low country Gamecock, I see Cody Gaskins, all the low country Gamecocks, would love to have you guys coming out. Really excited, looking forward to getting back to a Carolina Ale House location. And, again, we'll be doing so in Summerville, South Carolina. Doors open at 11. Kickoff will be at noon. Phil in the TDC Questions channel says, imagine this team with this defense and Mike Bobo's running offense. Yes, I said it, Phil. Coming in hot. We're coming in hot here on a Monday. Muschamp Hacker Monday, huh? Muschamp Hacker Monday. Somebody texts in, yo, Chris, I'm trying to listen on YouTube. For some reason, it's saying restricted mode, and I can't get it off. What do I do? Maybe try to refresh the page. I don't know. It's Muschamp Hacker Monday. I have no clue what's going on. Facebook's down. Instagram's down. Everything's down. I don't know. I don't know. So, let's see. Yeah, I don't know. Liam Carney, who can they beat outside of Vandy? I hope you're right, but if they come out in Vandy the way they played Troy, do you think South going to win? I mean, South Carolina has to get better. No kidding. No kidding. They've got to get better. They've got to continue to improve. I do have this faith and belief, though, that South Carolina will get better week to week to week. I'm not saying they're going to go 7-5 or 8-4, but I think getting to 5-7, I think that's realistic. I think you will beat Vanderbilt. Let's go ahead and take the drama out of that pick. You're going to beat Vandy, okay? You're going to beat Vandy. Even if you lose to Tennessee, you're 4-3 through your first 7, okay? Which is honestly, about probably where this team should be, in my opinion. Probably where this team should be. I think Mizzou is beatable. I think Auburn at home is beatable. Who knows with Florida? I'm not going to say you're going to beat Florida, but who knows? So, yeah, you got to beat either a Mizzou or an Auburn. You got to beat a Mizzou or an Auburn. I think it's very possible. So, hey, we'll see. You might be right, Liam. Maybe 4-8 is where this team will finish. But, hey, if you go 4-8, you hit the over. You hit the over, by the way, on the over-under. So, look at the bright side. And also, by the way, you have a game this weekend in Knoxville that I also tend to think is a fairly winnable game. I do. Again, that's not to say the offense doesn't have to make major strides, but I think it's winnable. Again, guys, 843-790-3377. That is 843-790-3377. Continue to take your questions, your comments, your calls as well. Your overall thoughts here on a Victory Monday as we celebrate the Gamecocks' 23-14 win over the Troy Trojans. Taking your questions, your comments. What did you like? What did you not like? Are there things you saw Saturday that make you feel more positive, less optimistic? What are your thoughts? What are your thoughts here on a Monday, guys? Again, I want to hear from you. All of that and more on the side of the break. You're tuned in to the Daily Crow. All right, ladies and gents, boys and girls, we're back. 843-790-3377. That is 843-790-3377. Continue to take your questions, your comments, your calls as well. Liam Carney, I see a comment and says, thank you for the show. I'm slowly backing away from the ledge. Tennessee's ability to run downhill is going to be a problem for us. Linebackers aren't there this year. Especially the loss of Sherrod Green. He was one of your experienced guys, sort of a hard hitter back there. Again, I'm not saying, Liam, that, what you're saying isn't very possible. Going 4-8, that could be this team. That could be where this team ends up. Right? That could be where this team ends up. But again, I want to believe that we're going to improve week to week. I understand that, Saturday was a struggle. Totally get that. Troy did have a good defense coming in, by the way. They were not scrubs on defense. And again, the game went how I thought it would, but you got to get better. There's no question. And if you don't, I'll tell you this, Liam, if you don't improve from now to the end of the season, you didn't have a successful year, in my opinion. You didn't. There's got to be improvement. I mean, we're not asking for a whole lot as Gamecock fans. We're not asking for a whole lot, but improvement. That is progress, right? We do want to see that. Hendon Hooker officially listed as Tennessee's starting quarterback for the game on Saturday against South Carolina. So Hendon Hooker, that's who the Gamecocks will see Saturday in Knoxville. Still waiting on kickoff times. I'd have to imagine this has to do with social media being down. That's got to be why they haven't dropped it yet. That has to be why they haven't dropped it. Let's see. T-Noel28 says in the TDC Questions channel, A&M doesn't look like world beaters right now either. Mizzou is very beatable, and dare I say that team in the upstate does not look like a very good football team right now. I don't know how much I put in the Tennessee-Mizzou game Saturday. Mizzou's D-line is awful. I feel like as Doty continues to get healthy and this offense opens up more for him and that we're able to be put in positions to win each of those games. I think it's another fourth quarter game in Knoxville this weekend, but I feel we finally find a way to win a big one. Carolina 27, Tennessee 21. I'll tell you that too, T-Noel28, to your point, man. These South Carolina Tennessee games, this series has been crazy. I mean, just the competitiveness and the back and forth and how crazy the games have been. So it would not shock me at all to see a down-to-the-wire type of football game. Would not shock me at all. Brennan M., Hendon Hooker getting the start for Tennessee. Phil says 4 wins is double the wins from last year. I hope we get to a bowl game, but it's still technically progress. Hey, perspective. Very good point. Very good point, my friend. Sean O'Brien says Muschamp yelling at his little hacker minions to work harder on this Monday. Yeah, seriously. Let's see. Let me pull YouTube back up and try to get to these questions. Sorry, guys. Muschamp Hacker Monday is in full effect. It's absolutely insane today. Facebook just completely down. So, again, you're tuned in on YouTube. You're tuned in on Twitch. Thank you all so much. This is a great day to hit us on the text line, 843-790-3377. It's also a great day to call in. If you'd like to call in, again, that number 843-790-3377. Travis says, I was just a little shocked on the UT-Mizzou game. Didn't expect that to be so lopsided. Oh, I agree. I did not see that coming at all. Did not see that coming. So, let's see. By the way, in case you missed it, random side note, as some of you may know, this weekend is actually fall break for the University of South Carolina. So, on that note, I'll get to that in a second. Let's jump to the phone lines.
Call from
Phil Harris.
Phil, what's going on, my man? How are you?
Pretty good, Chris. How you doing, my brother?
I'm doing well. Appreciate you asking, man. What's up?
Gotta tell you, that game was like the wackiest game I've ever seen in my life in terms of American football, man. It was tough to watch at certain points. I'm glad we got the W, obviously, but how about let's talk about for a second, because we haven't talked about it all day here at the Daily Crow. Like, is that just because the opponent is subpar and has no reputation, or is it also because we got beat by Kentucky and it broke people's hearts? Like, yeah. What's your take on that?
So you were saying let's talk. You cut out there for a second, by the way. So you said let's talk about what? The fan reaction, I'm assuming, or?
No. No, the capacity at the stadium.
Okay.
Just attendance. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and I'll tell you this, man. Was I happy with it? No. This is a battle that I think all teams across, on all schools across college football are fighting. Yeah, I think there was definitely multiple factors. I mean, I think the fact you're playing Troy, I think the fact you're coming off of a loss against Kentucky, and I think just call it for what it is, man. I think that I hate to say that Gamecock fans got quote unquote spoiled necessarily, but yeah, there's a mindset among a lot of people where it's like it's just never, I think, in my opinion, Phil, going to be like 98, 99, where we're putting 80,000 in the seats if we lose every game. Like, I just don't think that's going to happen anymore. I mean, there's so many ways to stream a game and watch a game and save your money, and if prices are only going up, then you also factor in, hey, COVID is still a thing, in a lot of places, whatever. So, it sucked. Don't get me wrong, it sucked because I think they announced the attendance at like 60,000. There's no way there were 60,000 people in there. No way. There's no way. But, I mean, I think it's just the reality of 2021, man. We're not the only school that's having problems putting fans' butts in the seats. And, again, cost of attendance or cost of a game. Hey, if South Carolina got back to winning double-digit games per year, I think the stadium would be sold out every single weekend. But unfortunately, I think fans just got a taste of that. And, even years later, we're just not ready to go back to, hey, I'm just going to show up if we win 2 or 3 games in a season. It's just like fans just aren't doing that anymore. So I don't know, man. Call it for what it is. I'm never going to be someone that tells people what to do with their money, how to spend their money, do whatever. But, yeah, again, it's like I said, it's, to be fair, it's a battle that not just Carolina's fighting, but a lot of schools across the country as well. So.
Sure. A lot of people want to point out that one win over 2 seasons when it was, practically sold out every game. I mean, you guys got to think that's 20 years ago, right? So when you're watching it on TV, it's it's not exactly the same as it is now. So I mean, people got these 70-inch, 4K TVs that can watch it at home and say, what the hell is the point of me, getting stressed out, going to park and going to the game and watching a subpar product and spending the money,
Yeah, and you can watch every single game that way. It used to be where. I mean, again, I told you guys before. I mean, I remember listening to the game on the radio with my grandpa and trying. You had to buy pay-per-view. So back then, it's like, well, if we're gonna buy pay-per-view, hell, let's just buy a ticket and go. And
exactly.
So obviously, just the streaming, man, like all of those possibilities would be being able to watch every single game. It's just, I think that plays into it as well. So it's just the reality at this point.
Sure.
I think you're going to see. I think you're going to see stadiums get smaller before they expand. Let me put it that way. I think, yeah.
Yeah, that's a good point. I mean, I'm too far away to come to every single game. Right? It's just not logistically possible. Right. But if I was living near Charlotte, like where I grew up, I mean, realistically, would I go to every single home game, even though I wouldn't be that far away? I think the answer, unfortunately, is no. Even though I'm a diehard Carolina fan, But just to switch gears real quick, there's a newly created Carolina rugby YouTube channel for the University of South Carolina Fighting Gamecocks rugby men's team. Guys, go subscribe right now because we got some special stuff coming out with yours truly, Clone Phil. We will be doing some stuff on there for our amazing rugby team. So, guys, go ahead and subscribe right now. Appreciate it.
Love it. Love that, Phil. Appreciate you, my friend. Thanks so much. Take care.
Go back.
Great stuff. 843-790-3377, guys. That's 843-790-3377 as we sit here now. 106 in our second hour. Again, this Monday, it is flying by, and I appreciate each and every single one of you tuning in. Continue to rock and roll. Continue to support, even with the technical issues on a Monday with Facebook and Instagram just totally down. Nobody can access. All right, let's jump back to the phone lines here.
Call from
Dalton.
Dalton, what's up, my man? How are you?
How's it going, man, on a Monday?
I'm doing well, man. Doing well. Appreciate you asking. What's going on?
I'm doing pretty good. I just wanted to call in and talk a little bit about the officiating and our offense. Mm-hmm. The first thing is the officiating, right? The main thing I'm concerned about is just the amount of targeting calls that are that are just egregious by the officiating crews in college football. I don't really know like how they called that targeting, you know, in the first half of the game on Saturday. And it just seems to me that all these like stupid targeting calls are ruining the game. And it's not just against Carolina, it's against every college team. Like every fan is pissed off at this. So I just would like to hear your thoughts on that.
I mean,
first.
it's even worse in the NFL. I mean, you can't even hit a guy anymore. So, you know, I understand player safety and all that, but yeah, it's I mean, these are, you know, for the most part, they're world-class athletes moving at absurd speeds, running into each other. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I mean, and we all know the officiating of the SEC level is trash. It's garbage. It's on a week-to-week basis. You see just how bad it is. I mean, all you can do, man, and I know Beamer and those guys, they do it. All you can do, though, is coach to it and adjust to it and try to make the adjustment. But, yeah, it especially when you have the amount that are happening game after game after game, it makes the product very, very hard to watch for sure. So I don't know what the solution is, man, because, again, player safety, very important, but also, I mean, it's football. You know, you sign up to get hit. You know, if you don't want to get hit, go play something else. So, I don't know. It's very annoying. Very annoying, I can tell you that.
Yeah, I mean, I was in the student section on Saturday, and every single time we made a gigantic play, and then the officials reviewed it, we knew that it was going to get called back and we were going to get screwed over.
Yeah.
I just don't know. I mean, you were waiting for it every single time.
Yeah.
It sort of ruined the experience, you know? Because when you make a big play like that, you want it to count.
Yeah.
And when the officials screw you over like that, it doesn't feel good.
Yeah. I mean, I hate seeing, too, the targeting rule. The thing that kills me is the throwing out the player thing. I mean, you make a mistake, fine, but ejecting the player, I don't know. I think that part of the rule should be changed. It feels so harsh. You know what I mean? It just feels so harsh. So, you know, I mean, I guess we lost R.J. Roderick. He'll be out the first half of the Tennessee game. So, you know, it just sucks. It sucks for the player and it sucks for the team. So, but, you know, I unfortunately, man, I don't think it's going anywhere anytime soon. I think targeting is probably here to stay, and I don't know. Just is what it is. It's something you got to deal with.
And then the second thing I sort of wanted to talk about is I don't know, the ineptitude on offense is sort of concerning to me. I don't know, like I was out there and there were a lot of people in the student section that left at halftime, and I can't really say I don't blame them for doing that, because the offensive product on the field is just abysmal for the SEC. Like, I don't know, that drop punt we had in the second half in the opposing team's territory, like you just can't do that. You know, if it were a better team than the Troy Trojans, then they would have capitalized on it. If it was literally any other SEC team, that would have been a touchdown right there, and we would have taken the L. So I don't know. What do you think do you think it's a lack of coaching? Do you think it's a lack of talent? What do you think is sort of the problem with offensive ineptitude? Not necessarily the play calling, but just the fact that people on the offensive side of the ball are making careless errors and allowing teams to get into a position to take advantage of what we just did.
Yeah, sloppy's a great way to describe that game. What a wacky game, too. I mean, it's just all over the place. And you're right. South Carolina's playing a better opponent. They very well might lose. They probably do lose. Let's just call it for what it is. They probably do lose. I mean, again, for me, man, it's very simple. It just goes back to the fact that the strength of the offense was supposed to be running the football, and we just can't do it. I mean, I don't know, man. It's hard to fathom. It doesn't make much sense at all. You know, I think as Luke Doty, again, I want to believe as he continues to get more comfortable and he's getting more reps and more snaps and he's getting healthier, we believe that maybe the offense will start to improve. But, I mean, you scored one offensive touchdown against Troy. And give Troy credit. They came in with a good defense, but at home it can't happen. Can't happen. So, yeah, it's a tough product to watch. There's no question. That game was very similar to the ECU game in regards to just how inept the offense was. So, I don't know, though, man. I tell you this. If you continue to struggle running the football, I just think you're going to continue to have struggles offensively. I mean, you're a one-dimensional football team, and South Carolina is definitely not good enough to be one-dimensional and throw it 50 or 60 times. You know what I mean? So it's I don't know, man. I don't really know what the solution is because I mean I've talked all year that hey, like the roster that you have and kind of the fight that Beamer's fighting, but you do have some decent players. Let's not act like you don't have anybody out there. So I don't know, man. I think everybody's got to be better top to bottom, from the play calling to the execution. And again, you just can't run the football, man. I think it's just putting this offense in a really, really tough spot. But I will tell you this, though, man, is that, Luke Doty's first start of the season was against Kentucky, right? And so that was his second start on Saturday. And so he didn't get the first couple of weeks to kind of get his feet wet and get rolling. I mean, he looks like a guy that the season just started. Now, and I'm not saying I'm not putting it all on Luke Doty, but like the offense as a whole, I feel like almost like they look that way. So
well, I
don't know, man. I don't know.
I watched Luke Doty make some really good throws. A lot of it had to do with receivers dropping the ball. There were a couple times where Doty made a great throw. The receiver dropped the ball. He can get it done with his legs. There were a couple times where Luke Doty got, scrambled to get the first down. And, that kind of dynamic, player at quarterback is sort of what South Carolina needs. And he's really our only option at quarterback, I would say.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't really know how you fix this offense. The offensive line still continues to be a weak point on this team where they can't open any lanes for our running backs. I mean, Juju and Juju and a couple other running backs got some good plays, but most of the time when it's a handoff, it's literally just running it up the middle for a gain of like 1 or 2, right? So, I mean, it's just frustrating.
Yeah.
It just, when you get a blocked punt and you get great field position, you get a blocked punt on the 30-yard line, you have to capitalize on that. The special teams, other than that dropped, punt return, did pretty well, I thought. I still think our special teams is the most well-coached unit we have on the field, and it's a good thing for us that it is. But, when you make a gigantic play like that, you have to capitalize, and I just haven't seen enough of capitalizing on gigantic special teams plays or just gigantic defensive plays on the offensive side of the ball.
Yeah, the defense is being very opportunistic. The offense is not. Yeah, when you have those momentum shifting type moments in a game, yeah, I agree with you. More often than not, you have to take advantage, and we're not doing that right now. I mean, again, but you look at the statistics, man, from Saturday. I mean, you ran it 28 times for a net of 101 yards, 3.6 yards per carry. I mean, it's just on the flip side, Troy ran 31 times for 145 yards, 4.7 yards per carry. So how are you getting outrushed by Troy, right? It's just like, that's what's mind-blowing to me personally. How is that happening? How is that happening? So I don't know. I don't want to say all hope is lost for the Gamecocks offensive line because you've only played 5 games and, it's a long season and everything, but I just don't know what's going to change between now, this weekend, 2 weeks from now, 4 weeks from now. How is this offensive line all of a sudden just going to figure it out? So like I said, if it continues, man, I think Greg Atkins might want to start polishing the resume up a little bit because it's, again, players have to execute. I talked about that going in the game, but man, I mean, there's just really no excuse for how bad the offensive line's been. You know what I mean? There's just no excuse. I mean, running the ball is like pulling teeth right now, and it should not be that way. Should not be that way. So,
yeah, I mean, getting any kind of yards at all shouldn't be like this. I mean,
yeah,
I understand when you're going up against a defense like UGA, where like I can cut them some slack and be like, hey, you couldn't get it done at the line of scrimmage. The defense on UGA is too good. But I mean, you're playing against the Troy Trojans. They play in the Sun Belt. Like, I mean, if you can't beat the Troy Trojans by a decisive amount of points, then there's some major issues on your team, especially when you keep on giving them chances to win. And it's not about like the officiating, the officiating gave them a lot more chances than they should have gotten, in my opinion. But I mean, our offense also gave them way more chances than what they should have gotten. So, I mean, I'm glad we came out with the win, but there's still a lot of things that especially need to be worked on the offensive side of the ball.
Yeah,
for sure.
A lot of issues to fix it. But I'll tell you this though, man. You made the point that this is a team with a lot of issues and a lot of things to figure out. I mean, that's what I expected. You know what I mean? It's again, I keep harping on it, but it's a team that is an imperfect football team in year one of a new head coach, and things are not. It's not all smooth sailing. You know what I mean? I think some guys have greatly benefited from a coaching change and are playing their best football, and hey, some guys are not. Some guys haven't made the adjustment. And, I think that you got some talented players in your team for sure, but top to bottom, the only solution in a lot of these areas is to go recruit. I mean, heck, maybe you need better offensive linemen. Maybe you got to go get guys that fit their scheme and system, what they want to do. Again, I'm not trying to make excuses, and I agree that it's inexcusable how bad they've been, but, nobody was coming in this season thinking that we were some team that had it all figured out and we had all the answers and we were some team that was going to win 9 or 10 games. I mean, dude, we knew coming in we had more question marks than we had answers, far more. So the good news, I think, is that, like I said, at least you're 3-2, and you most certainly could have lost to Troy and East Carolina. You know what I mean? So if you're going to struggle through it, as Luke Day says, struggle well. If you're going to struggle through it, struggle well. And I'd much rather be sitting here on a Monday, and again, that's just me trying to keep perspective. I'd much rather be sitting here on a Monday talking through these issues and complaining about these issues after a victory versus after a terrible loss at home, because that's what that would have been. That would have been a terrible loss if you'd have found a way to lose that thing against Troy. But, yeah, I mean, we all know where the issue lies, man. Defense is playing their tails off.
Yeah,
like one special teams is doing their thing. Offense has just got to get it figured out.
The silver lining, I think, is that going into Tennessee and Knoxville next week, Tennessee, I believe, has similar issues, if not more issues than South Carolina when it comes to coaching and roster and all that. I think that they kind of got lucky against Mizzou. I think Mizzou is probably the better team than Tennessee. Maybe they're putting it together. I don't know, but from just historically in the last 5 years, what we've, how we played Tennessee, I feel pretty decent going into there if we can make some big improvements on offense and sort of, figure out what our game plan is and execute it correctly. Because I think between Kentucky and Troy, Marcus Satterfield and the offensive play calling did get better. When we couldn't get enough, we couldn't get anything going on the run game, we switched to passing, and Luke Doty is getting better at passing, and he's getting better at doing design runs at the quarterback position. So I think Marcus Satterfield is sort of trying to scheme around some of the issues and sharpen up the edges a little bit on offense. So and our defense continues to look pretty good. So I mean, that's the silver lining. You're going into a tough atmosphere at Rocky Top on Saturday, and it's going to be, I feel like, one of the first big tests of this team.
Yeah, I'd agree. No, I agree, man. And like you said, if it's anything like South Carolina, Tennessee has been the last couple of years, you can expect an absolute fight, a tough back and forth game. So. Yeah, should be a lot of fun. We will certainly continue, like I've said, week after week. We're going to learn a lot about this team on Saturday. There's no question. So,
all right, man. Well, you have a good Monday. It was good being on your show, talking Gamecocks, and you have a good one.
Yeah, man, you too. Pleasure to chat with you as always, man. Appreciate you. 843-790-3377. That's 843-790-3377. Bad Brad 757 in the TDC question channel says, do we think Hendon Hooker gives us issues in the run game portion of things? Also, he looks incredibly accurate as well. 61 of 89, 838 yards, 10 touchdowns, only 1 interception. Yeah, hey, another test for your defense. I think at this point, though, The defense is probably the least of my concerns. I think maybe the defense won't go out there and pitch a freaking shutout, but I think the defense will show up and show out. Can we score enough? Can we score? Can we score enough? Bottom line. Can we run the ball at all? Can we make big plays? Can we take advantage when the defense does all they can to help us win the game? I don't know. That's yet to be determined. We'll see what happens. Again, guys, 843-790-3377. 843-790-3377. Continue to take your questions, your comments, your calls, everything. Whether you want to talk Troy, you want to start looking ahead to Tennessee, whatever it may be. All your questions, your comments, your calls on the other side of the break. You're tuned in to the Daily Crow. All right, what's up, guys? We're back. Taking your questions, your comments, your calls. 843-790-3377. That is 843-790-3377. Apologies for the countdown video, some stuff glitching. I don't know. Muschamp Hacker Monday. We're here, though. We're live. Again, taking your questions, your comments, and your calls as well. I want to continue to hear from you all as we continue to celebrate a little bit, right? Let's celebrate. Why not? A little Victory Monday. Gamecocks got the 23-14 win over the weekend against the Troy Trojans. So we can take your questions about that. If you guys are ready to talk Tennessee, we can do that as well. Also, in case you missed it, the podcast did drop this morning, episode 510. Episode 510, talking everything with the Troy game. Also taking your questions, your comments, your voicemails on there as well. And also a great conversation, guys. Great interview. Former Gamecocks and the late, great Gamecock, Del Wilkes. Really, really awesome conversation, guys. You probably all know, unfortunately, Del passing away a couple of months ago, but I had him on the show back in summer of 2019, and I thought, you know what? This is a great opportunity to bring this show back to light, and Del, just an incredible Gamecock, man, a great person as well, though. Really awesome, and I was really, really fortunate to get to talk with him over the summer of 2019, and, appreciate Del obviously taking the time, and it's awful and tragic what happened, and very unexpected. But again, either way, wanted to bring that back up, bring that back to light. So we do have that conversation on the show. But again, taking your questions, your comments, your calls as well, 843-790-3377. We are still waiting, by the way, for the SEC to drop their kickoff times. I don't know if it's because of the issues that are going on with Facebook or what's, Facebook's still dead. Instagram's still dead. I don't know, man. Again, Muschamp Hacker Monday. They're working hard here on a Monday. Let's see. We have a text here that says, rules are rules. This coming from Luke RJ. Rules are rules. The officials are paid to enforce the rules of the game. RJ's hit was definitely targeting by rule. Jamar Brown's pick was incomplete by rule, and Jamar Brown did drop a ball before he was in the end zone on the fumble play. Can't blame the officials for that. They got it right and did their job. Yeah, hey, you are correct. You are correct in some of those instances. Yes, you are right. So just got to be better. Got to be more disciplined. I guess that's the other thing too. I will say guys, I understand your frustrations with the lack of discipline. I mean, 10 penalties on the day. 10. How do you commit 10 penalties? How is that possible? So got to be better. I don't know. I don't know necessarily what's going on, because I can tell you that, Shane Beamer and the coaching staff are not teaching them to make penalties. How about this? Breaking news. How on God's green earth South Carolina against Vandy will kick off at 4 p.m. on the SEC network at Williams-Brice Stadium. How in the world did we not get the noon game? How did we not get the noon game? Thank God. That is beautiful. That is beautiful. That is so beautiful. Four o'clock kickoff. Let's see the other kickoff times. I see some of you asking in here. Here's the noon games, by the way. Florida LSU at noon. Auburn, Arkansas at noon. A&M and Mizzou. And if I was Florida LSU, I'd be so pissed off. I would be irate. I would be flat out irate if I was them. Can't even post the kickoff graphic to social media. Can't even post it to social media. Oh well, because IG and Facebook are down. Oh well. I mean, as soon as we can, folks, we'll post it. We'll post 843-790-3377, guys. That's 843-790-3377. Taking your questions, your comments, your calls as well. Let's see. All right, let's jump to the phone lines here.
Call from
Justin,
Hey, Justin, what's going on, my man? How are you?
not much. How you doing, Chris?
I'm doing well. Appreciate you asking. What's up?
Hey, Chris. A win is a win, but hey, Chris, we just cannot move the football. That's
A win
You're
is a win.
frustrating.
Yeah, a win is a win is a win. You are correct. Yeah, offensively got to be better. It's excruciating to watch. There's no excuse for it to only score one offensive touchdown. So count your lucky stars on this Monday. You're 3-2 though, and not 2-3 because you damn very well certainly could be. You could be. So that's just kind of the way I'm looking at it, man. It's like, that we got plenty of issues, got plenty of problems. We knew we had question marks coming in this season. And again, the most disappointing part of it all is you can't run the football. That to me is just, I still am just mind blown that you can't run the football. Who does it fall on? I think it's a little bit of everybody. Coaching, execution, personnel, all of it's got to get better. But again, you're 3-2. Thank goodness. Thank goodness. So.
Oh yeah, that's it, Chris. Hey, Chris, if everybody is, hey, Chris, we got the hold of football. I mean, when the guy taking that for a touchdown, please hold the football. Don't do a touchdown.
Yeah, and I'll tell you this. Listen, I reacted like many of you did, which I think was the normal reaction when that happened with Jamar Brown dropping the ball, whatever. And yeah, I reacted very accordingly, like many did. I was upset, just stupid bonehead play. After seeing Jamar Brown own it on social media, I'm not going to spend, all week beating up on the guy. And, hey, he made a mistake. Nobody knows it more than he did. As long as you learn from it, that's the big thing. Can you learn from it? Will you learn from it? Will you make the adjustment? But, yeah, just got to be better, man. It just can't happen. Stuff like that can't happen. So I'm sure, again, he knows that. I'm sure Shane Beamer is all over his case. But, yeah, it can't happen. Can't happen, bottom line. I agree with you.
Yeah, that's true, Chris. Hey, Chris, if I got you, hey, Chris, how long is Kentucky keep doing this? Kentucky's 5-0. Can you believe it?
Dude, Kentucky, it's nuts. It's honestly nuts. They got a good team. They got a good team, man. They got a good team. Give them credit. They got a good team. I mean, what else? What else can you say at this point? What else can you say? So
yeah, that's true. Hey, Chris, like you said, man, I told people last summer, Kentucky's a good football team. They're not pushover, you know that?
Kentucky's not a pushover. That is a fact. Yeah, Kentucky is most certainly not a pushover.
Yeah. Hey, Chris, that's all I'm saying, man.
Hey, I appreciate it, Justin. Thanks so much, man. We'll talk soon.
All right, you too, man.
Right.
Have a good day, brother.
You too. Take care. Great stuff. 843-790-3377. Somebody that asked, by the way, yeah, Georgia, Kentucky, October the 16th is the 3:30 kickoff, 3:30 game. So, yep, 3:30 kickoff. Let's see. I know our Brendan M. is very excited that it's not a noon game against the Vanderbilt Commodores. So, will we have one? Will we have one? Who knows? Who knows? Will we have one? I mean, you think about what you have left. You got Florida at home, which wouldn't that be ironic if that was the noon kick? You got Florida at home. You got Auburn at home. You got Clemson at home. You got some big matchups coming up at home, by the way. Some very big matchups. The night game, since you're asking, the night game is Alabama, Mississippi State at 7 and Ole Miss at Tennessee at 7:30. So, yep, Alabama, Mississippi State, Ole Miss, Tennessee. Let's see. Also, by the way, for our Bravos fans, season's over. The Bravos, playoffs get going Friday for the Braves at the Brewers. They play, Friday, Saturday, and then Monday, Tuesday next week, I guess, if necessary, whatever. So, Monday in Atlanta, though. How about that? Monday in Atlanta. Playoff baseball getting going this week. I'll tell you this, guys. Like, I don't watch a ton of it during the season because there's just so many games and it's such a long season. But I'm a fan of playoff baseball, bro. I love watching playoff baseball. So, love watching some playoff baseball. Like that game tomorrow night, Yankees and Red Sox. How can you not tune into that game? How could you not tune into it? How could you not? So, Austin Greer says, I hate to say this, but Tennessee minus 10 might be a lock. I don't think we'll be able to score on Tennessee. They look pretty good on defense and have a lot of real threats on the outside. I will give my official pick for that, of course, on Wednesday. We talk gambling and, of course, my prediction later in the week. But I don't know, man. I don't know. You know, I Tennessee obviously looked really, really good last weekend. How good is Tennessee really? How good is Missouri? You know, we'll see. We'll see. I'm expecting. I think it's going to be a very interesting South Carolina Tennessee game. That's sort of how I feel about it. This series has been wacky as a whole. So, Daddy O says we could have easily been 1-4 without solid specialties. That's a fact, dude. Hey, takes all three phases. Takes all three phases, and thankfully, right now, you know, 2 of your 3 are operating at a very, very high level, which is your defense and your special teams. If your offense can just catch up and just match what you're doing, you might have a pretty good football team, but it's a big if. Will it happen? Can it happen? We'll see. We'll see. Again, guys, 843-790-3377. Taking your questions, your comments, your calls. Got a couple texts here on the text line. Let's see. Got a couple texts to get to. Apologize. Hey, I'm not apologize. I appreciate you guys rocking and rolling with the punches, being cool with everything. Of course, guys, Facebook and Instagram are down right now, in case you didn't know, which is insane. They've literally been down for like 2 hours or like 3 hours. Well, that's wild to me. Let's see. Who took a bigger L this weekend? Jamar Brown or Urban Meyer? I got to go Urban Meyer, bro. Got to go Urban Meyer. Have to go Urban Meyer. Jamar Brown's sin is forgivable. I don't know if Urban Meyer's is. Urban Meyer, what a character he is. What a character Urban Meyer is. Jesus. Let's see. Again, guys, taking your questions, your comments, your calls, 843-790-3377. Again, with Facebook being down today, is a great day to have a great day. No, seriously, it's a great day to utilize the text-in number, 843-790-3377. So, taking your questions, your comments, and your calls as well. 4 o'clock kick for the Vanderbilt game in 2 weeks. 4 o'clock. 4 o'clock kick, guys. Also, this Saturday, of course, a noon kickoff against the Tennessee Volunteers, and we will be live at the Carolina Ale House location in Summerville, South Carolina. Yes, we'll be live in the Summerville location of Carolina Ale House, guys. Really, really good stuff. Really looking forward to that. Appreciate those guys having us out. Going to be a really, really good time. Very excited to get down there, hang with some low country Gamecocks, hang out with you on, hopefully watch the boys get a big W over Tennessee. So, and what a W it'd be, man. The opportunity to go to 4-2. What a dub. What a dub it'd be if you can somehow get the job done. You can somehow get the job done. BuzzFan says, new simplified offensive game plan. Get the ball on the perimeter to Juju, Bell, and Van. Target Jenkins at least 15 times down the field. There you go. Yeah, I mean, you know, you got to find those offensive playmakers. You got to find something offensively you can cling to. I mean, you can't just stop trying to run the ball, but at this point, I don't know, man. My expectations for our running game are very, very low. Very low. So, I don't know. I guess you're going to have to become a passing team. I don't know. You're going to have to become a passing team. By the way, guys, a quick reminder, in case you forgot about with that Vandy game. The Vandy game at 4 o'clock, the State Fair will be taking place October the 13th to October the 24th. So, plan accordingly. The fair will be in town. What a fun day, right? The fair's going to be in town. Really good stuff. That's crazy. The fair starts next week. Isn't that something? Huh. So plan accordingly. Go out to the fair, get you a turkey leg, and make your way over to Willie B. And it's homecoming, by the way. And it's homecoming. Also homecoming. Daddy O says, might have to dust off the old run and shoot to get this offense moving. You just got to do something, man. You can't score one offensive touch. You can't keep putting it on your defense like you're doing. So, I don't know. This coaching staff will get tested this week. What type of game plan do you have? What type of adjustments do you make? I mean, it's you know, I didn't think we were going to be world beaters offensively necessarily. I thought we'd be improved, though. I thought Luke Doty's athleticism was going to be such a game changer for us. And, I mean, it might still, as he gets healthier, it might still, but I don't know, man. It's tough. It's tough to watch us offensively right now. It really is. It's tough to watch us offensively. Got to get better. But, hey, again, gratitude Mondays, right? You're 3-2. You're 3-2, and you very, very well could have been 2-3 or even 1-4. So, also, Brandon makes the point, the Carolina Band Centennial Celebration for the Vandy game. Stick around for halftime. I can confirm, by the way, after so many were upset on Saturday, I will be in the building for the game against Vandy. So, we will be there. We'll be there live in person. Looking forward to it. Going to be there live in person. So, going to be a very good time. The TSUS tailgate will be going down at Seawells yet again. We'll probably get out there yet again about 11 or so. So, should be a really, really good time. And again, I will be in the building. We'll be in the stadium. Very excited for that. Austin Greer says, Shane Beamer looks like he's aged 10 years since the EIU game. Well, I mean, when you have the type of results we've had, I don't blame him. Disease says, I'm extremely happy that we actually made adjustments on offense. If our playmakers would have made the plays they should, I think our offense would have looked night and day better on Saturday. Yeah, you got to catch the football. No doubt. Got to catch the football. That would certainly help. Hampton Brown says, I'll be in Neyland this weekend hoping for a huge dub. You and I both, my friend. You and I both. No question. You and I both. You and I both. Let's see. OVR says, Urban took the bigger L by far. One was a football play that no one will remember since we won. Urban could possibly lose his wife. Now, one could debate whether he cares or not, considering. But yeah, that video was insane, bro. Like, people want to come at me on social media for shotgunning a beer before the game. It's like, well, at least I'm not Urban Meyer. At least I didn't do what Urban Meyer did. Santa Briggs, still unsure how our offense is only top 120, but the defense is top 30. So lopsided. I don't know. Yeah, Paul Capers, 4 p.m. for Vandy. Yep, 4 p.m. for Vandy. I've got the graphic ready to post, but unfortunately, Facebook, Instagram, all that good stuff doesn't want to cooperate. So, yeah, we'll just make content and get it out when we can. I don't know what else to do. Sorry about that. But, yeah, nobody can get on Facebook. Nobody can get on Instagram. I don't know. Weird. Very strange. Very strange. Again, guys, taking your questions, your comments, your calls, 843-790-3377. That's 843-790-3377. Here on a Victory Monday, by the way. If you have not done so, check out the podcast that dropped this morning. Episode 510, breaking down everything with the Gamecocks game against Vanderbilt. Excuse me, not Vanderbilt. My head. I was just saving the graphic of Vandy. The Gamecocks game against Troy. All of our takeaways and everything else. Also, guys, your listener questions, your voicemails, and a great conversation, great interview with the late, great Del Wilkes. Another throwback interview. You guys be sure to check that out. Let's see. Shullen says BC got robbed. Yeah, we were all pulling for Clemson. All pulling for Boston College. How Clemson won the game, I have no idea. Yeah, we were all pulling for Clemson to lose the football game. That's what I was trying to say. Yeah, so. But again, as we sit here on this Monday, guys, is this a perfect football team? Are there still issues to figure out? Does this team have to get better? Absolutely yes on all accounts. Yes on all accounts. But, hey, be grateful. You're 3-2. You found a way to win. It's a team that's just still figuring things out, especially offensively. And let's spend the week, too, like I told you guys. Let's spend the week putting some, appreciation on that defense and what they continue to do and the way they're flying around the football and the plays they're making. It's where would you be right now? I mean, if your defense wasn't doing what they were doing, where would you be right now? Where would you be right now? So, Disease says that was easy money. BC plus 14. I might get rich betting against Clemson this year. Yeah, Austin. I'm sure I'm wearing orange and I'm sure. Yeah, I misspeak one time, and I guarantee you that clip will get pulled and just reposted. And yeah, for sure. Sure. That's because that's definitely how social media works. I'm not even going to deny it. That's how social media will work. That's certainly what will happen. No, we were all watching the game. We were all watching the game at my house, pulling for Boston College to get the W. No kidding. Sholin, I don't disagree with you, Sholin. We got to be more disciplined. 10 penalties. You had 10 penalties. It's an accountability thing, man. It's a discipline thing. I just, how, just can't happen. Again, it's like, how much of the blame are you going to put? I know Shane Beamer's the football coach. I understand, put it on the coaching staff, but, I can guarantee you they're not coaching them to They're not coaching them to get flagged, right? They're not coaching them to make dumb mistakes. Austin, be my guest, man. Go ahead and clip it. Go ahead, my guy. Go ahead. Why not? Let's see. Sholin, in my mind, the penalties are a must-champ Bobo hangover. Yeah, I think that's certainly got something to do with it, man. They're still trying to change the culture, change guys' mindset, change guys' attitudes. So, T-Noel28 says in the TDC questions channel, the defense was playing like the offense has been. We'd be 1-4, or we don't beat ECU or Troy. Furthermore, we don't beat ECU or Troy with a must-champ coach staff either, in my opinion. Yeah, again, thank goodness for your defense. Thank goodness, man. I don't know where this football team would be right now without that defense, which it's crazy, man. I thought offensively you'd be much improved. Again, I didn't expect those Zeb Nolan to start the first couple of games for you. So I think that's had a lot to do with it, but it's just the thing that's so disappointing is the run game. Like I said, guys, going into the week, make the adjustment, fail fast, do what you need to do to move the football. But when you got 1st and goal at the 5-yard line, again, I'm all about throw the ball more, but that just tells you everything you need to know about the Gamecocks offensive line. 1st and goal at the 5, and you don't even run it once. You don't run it once? That's all you got to know. That's truly all you got to know. So, what are you going to do, man? You can't get 5 yards on the ground. It's just going to be a very rough day for you. So, if you would have told me in the preseason how our running game was doing, and you asked me, well, how do you think the offense? I'd say the offense is doing terrible. If you can't run the ball, what can you do? Your strength's supposed to be running the football. Your strength's supposed to be running the football. And it's the furthest thing from that right now. It's the furthest thing from that. It's insane how Facebook and Instagram are still down. Literally have been down all day long. It's wild, dude. Normally they're very quick to get that type of stuff resolved and figured out for obvious reasons. Still down. Still down. Crazy. Absolutely crazy. Sholin says the targeting penalty against RJ was kind of crap. His arms hit first. Wasn't that the rationale for no targeting on Dak versus A&M a few years ago? Sholin, your guess is as good as mine in regards to what targeting is and what it isn't. I'll be honest with you. I thought in real time, I thought it was targeting. It's just here, and here was my thought process when it first happened too. It's like, yes, it's close, but there was no reason to hit him high like that. There was just no, like, why are you doing that? You gotta use your noggin. Be a little smarter. Be a little smarter, man. No, Lightning 727. It's not just your Instagram. Everybody's is down. Facebook and Instagram as a whole right now are down. So, yeah. It's not just you, my friend, I can assure you. Disease says blame Muschamp for Facebook being broken. Yeah, I don't know. Guys, got 5 minutes to go. Here on a Monday, taking your questions, your comments, your calls, 843-790-3377. That is 843-790-3377 here on this Monday. Thank goodness, by the way, I'm able to actually go into YouTube and see your comments because for whatever reason, the comments aren't even showing up on the Melon streaming app. So, Disease, he moved his head away from the hit. Nothing about it looked malicious to me. I understand the penalty, but to say he should be ejected is abysmal. Listen, I hear you. I agree with you. I agree with you. I agree with you 110%. Yep, I agree with you. Savannah Briggs, does number 8 play the first half this week? Yeah, I think so. They're not going to – I'm sure they're taking care of it in-house. You know, Jamar Brown, he made a terrible mistake, a terrible, terrible, terrible mistake. He also had a really, really good football game. Both of those can be true. So, you know, I was as fired up as anybody about it on Saturday, but he owned it. He made the mistake. Is what it is. Is what it is. So, Austin Greer out here working hard, I see. Yeah, we were all pulling for Clemson. Let's see. But see, Austin, here's the problem with your clip, right? Here's the problem with your clip. All pulling for Clemson, and then it cuts off. Right? It cuts off. It's like we're all pulling for Clemson. The rest of the sentence is to lose the game. So, whatever. Hey. Austin Greer. Not the first to come at TSUS. Certainly not the last. No, I love it. I think it's funny. Whatever. It is what it is. Let's see. Bill Cole says, still the first season, we have to sit back and watch and be fans. Let this coaching staff get 2 recruiting cycles under their belts. Yeah, you got to allow them to go recruit, for sure. You got to allow them to go recruit and to build. We all understand it's a process. It's going to take time. Again, I'm just happy to be sitting here 3-2. I really am. So, Colby Parker says, is it that hard to throw the fade in the corner to an 8-foot-tall wideout? Seems like the easiest 6 we could get when we're down there in the red zone. Colby, I don't know, man. I was happy to see, though, E.J. Jenkins get involved. I was very happy to see E.J. Jenkins get involved and see him finally make a play and make an impact. I know many of you have been, clamoring for him to get a chance, and I understand why. Totally get it. So maybe he can be a guy this week for you. Maybe he can be a guy this week that – and the rest of the season, that makes some big plays for you. But, again, guys, the bottom line is this. It was a weird game. It was a wacky game. It was all over the place. It was sloppy. But, hey, dub's a dub. And you found a way to win that football game. Hey, I'd much rather be sitting here on this side today than what Troy is dealing with right now, for sure. Lightning727 says on Twitch, by the way, shout out my Twitch crew, says, in the end, I think we all love that we're 3-2 with some troubles along the way and thought we had – or the outcome would have been in favor against Kentucky. Not sure if my wording made much sense. Yeah, kind of all over the place. Listen, we're 3-2. We're 3-2. Could you be 4-1 if your offense was better? Certainly, but I also just look at it as you could be 2-3 or even 1-4 if your defense wasn't doing what they're doing right now. So Travis says it's wild how accurate you've called these games, Chris. You said EJ. By the way, people are getting upset at the way I say South Carolina. That's it's so funny, by the way, in closing to see emotion fly on social media. I mean, people just get all over the place on social media, on game days specifically. Bro, people don't even, I say South Carolina. People don't like the way I say South Carolina. That's it. Wow. Or Trey Smith has entered the transfer portal. There you go. Wow. What a note to close it on today, folks. Or Trey Smith has hit the transfer portal. On that note, we're going to run, guys. We're talking to Alex McGrath for tomorrow's show here in just a bit. But again, thank you all so much for tuning in. Appreciate you guys rock and roll. I know today's so weird with Facebook and Instagram and all that being down. But, hey, we keep pushing. Muschamp Hacker Mondays. You got to love it. You keep pushing, keep fighting, overcome adversity. Yeah, I mean, guys, I'm not surprised to see Ortre Smith in the transfer portal. I told you guys I'd sold my stock on number 18, and, it's unfortunate, but he just never built off, dealt with injuries, never evolved from that guy we saw in 2017. And, I think it's probably the best decision for him. He's not seeing the field. He's not seeing opportunities. That's because he hasn't earned opportunities. So, hey, wish him the best. Wish him well. Probably should have transferred a couple of years ago. But, hey, whatever. Is what it is. Either way, guys, appreciate you all tuning in. Thank you all so much. In case you just missed it, Ortre Smith has hit the portal, and I'm about to hit some lunch. Guys, again, thank you all so much. Check out the podcast that dropped this morning. Stay tuned. We're rocking, we're rolling all week long. Podcast Daily Crow. You guys know the drill. Have a great rest of your Monday, and we'll talk.